That's not me handpicking like just good comments because they're all along that theme. I think the Hearts fans are generally sad to see him go, and I think that's good news for us. And I think for all the attributes that we've just mentioned and how he can fit into our team, I think he's going to be a good signing for us. So welcome back to Small Little Alliance FC, and Birmingham City have made another signing in preparation for the start of the League One season, as we've brought in Alex Cochrane from Hearts of Midlothian. He's a left back, Matt, and do you know much about him, or were you surprised at the signing?
So I hadn't really heard much about him before the announcement, but I've done quite a bit of research on social media and been reading a lot from the Hearts fans about him, and there's nothing but good news, really. People have been saying this is a really good pick for Blues because he's sort of a mid to high level championship player, apparently, according to the fans and the pundits and their opinions of him. So he's sought out very highly, which is encouraging. And I say he's a left back. He can play the left wing back as well. Apparently, he's very good on the ball. So again, plays into that Chris Davies vision of playing out from the back. He wants people confident on the ball, wants good passes. And if you don't mind, I've just got a little quote here from a couple of Hearts fans, just giving a little bit of an overview about his key attributes and stuff. And that is athletic, fit, strong, technically very good, great first touch and a brilliant range of passing. Got a good cross on him, has an eye for creating a chance and has a goal in him. Remarkable attitude and gives his all in every game.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
I don't know if Blues fans would have seen our X account yesterday. I put a tweet, as they were called, with a link to a video on YouTube all about Alex Cochrane, and he seems a really progressive left back. So he's not a defending left back. He's almost like a left wing back. That's what he is as well. He's very, very progressive. He's 24 years old. So it's a really good age.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not sure whether it was the video that I saw on our X account or whether I'd done my own research. All these videos overlap from when you're doing your research, but he scored some absolutely cracking goals as well. He's got a really good goal in him.
Yeah.
Good. Really, I saw one from outside the box, one from inside the box. So clearly he's got that attacking mind on him, and clearly he can put the ball in the net. So
he's an excellent supply line as well. He'll do exactly what Chris Davies wants as well, because he will, move forward as we move forward and support the midfielders, and he provides crosses for the strikers as well. So the goals I've seen him score and the assists have been absolutely brilliant. He's not massive. He's 1.73 meters, which is about 5'8". So he's not. He's not the tallest, but as a left back, as a left wing back, I mean that's not such a bad thing because he's actually quite nippy. So as a left back, Longello looks like he's going, and by the time this video goes out, that could have actually been confirmed. I believe that's a very close deal. He'll be going to Barnsley, and then we've got Buchanan in that position as well. So it gives a bit of competition between the two, like they're doing with the goalkeepers. I think that's healthy that we'll have two decent left backs.
Yeah, because a lot of Blues fans are going, is this the end of Buchanan then? And I thought the complete opposite. I thought it just creates more competition, which is good because it allows players to raise their game. And, when we signed the Peacock, as I famously call him, we spoke about the competition between the goalkeepers. And I think every position should have some element of competition. It stops complacency, allows them to raise their game. And also, we don't know what formation Chris Davies is going to start out with yet. So he could plan on playing Cochrane on the left-hand side as a wing-back and then Buchanan as the left-handed side of the centre-back if he plays a three at the back with the wing-back system. Or it could be Buchanan or Cochrane, depending on who's best in form. It just creates that competition in the left-back space, don't we? But the idea of Cochrane and Hansen on the left-hand side, to me, just screams creativity. It screams feeding into Alfie May. It screams attacking. It screams delivery. It screams, progressive football down that left-hand side. And I know Buchanan, don't get me wrong, I love Buchanan. I think he's a great player. Very good defensively, but we all know on the ball and the attacking side of the game, he's a little bit weaker at. And I know Mowbray, when he was in charge, he gave a subtle backhander in an interview once, and he said he wants his left-backs and his right-backs to, when they're on the ball, he wanted them to charge forward. He didn't want to look back and do the shoehorn. And Buchanan is a little bit prone to doing the shoehorn, isn't he? Or cutting back, and he doesn't really bomb down the wing. I think we're going to get a different left back in Cochrane. So interesting to see how that competition is going to play out. However, I'm very encouraged now to see a very strong left-hand side down the Blues left flank.
Yeah, I think that crossed my mind as well, where I thought about Emma Hansen and the combination, the link, that's a very strong left side.
I agree.
Yeah, with Cochrane or Buchanan, but Cochrane bombing forward, Emil Hansen, feeding into Alfie May, and obviously feeding through the midfield. It sounds like fantastic.
So I've just gave my opinion and thoughts there a little bit on the Buchanan and Cochrane scenario. What are your thoughts on Buchanan here? Do you think Chris Davies might play him in a different style with the formation? Do you think it's going to enhance the competition? Do you think he might sell him? What are your thoughts on Buchanan?
No, it won't sell him. It needs every position needs competition. Every position.
Absolutely.
So if you're the only left back in the club, particularly now that Longello's gone. And with respect to Longello, I like Longello as a player, but he was never going to break into the team. Therefore, Buchanan was safe at left back.
He was.
Now he's going to be looking over his shoulder, and if he's in the team, he's going to have to put in even more because he's going to have this guy waiting, or vice versa. I think it's healthy to have more than one strong player in the same position because it will G each other. It's like we had Drama and Laird last season at right back. They were in and out of the team, partly imposed by injury sometimes, but generally it was one or the other, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
but going back to this guy as well, he's in terms of his stats per club, obviously at Hearts. So he came through the Brighton Youth Academy, and he was sent out on loan for a few times. He went to a club in Belgium, Union Saint-Gilles, which is quite a good, strong top division Belgian Pro League club. In a few years ago, played 7 games for them, had 1 assist. He was in and out the various Brighton youth teams, the under 18s, under 23s. For the under 23s, he played 45 games. Brighton scored 2, 8 assists. For the Brighton under 18s, he played 48 games. Obviously, that was before that. 5 goals, 2 assists. But listen to this: Hearts. Eventually, he was on loan there. Then they bought him permanently from Brighton. In total, over the loan period and his permanent stint, he's played 126 games for Hearts in the Scottish Premier League. He's scored 5 goals and 15 assists.
Wow. Yeah,
so for a left back, those stats are pretty impressive. He has been primarily played as a left back, 89 games as a left back, 3 goals, 13 assists. He has been played in left midfield. I look at the video of him and his highlights and thought, well, he doesn't seem like a traditional left back to me. He seems like a left wing back because he's literally, and that's going to suit Chris Davies down to the ground. And in that, he played left midfield or left wing back for 76 games, 5 goals, 10 assists. So he's pretty versatile. But I think along that left, I'll tell you what else I really liked as well about him when I watched that video. His tackles. Do you see some of the tackles he was making?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he gets stuck in. He's not frightened of doing a crunch tackle. So he'll go for a 50-50.
Yeah. Which is interesting because Buchanan isn't scared of a crunch tackle either. So that's going to be a really interesting dynamic down the left-hand side to see who gets in. But 100% really big challenges. And the assist level's consistently high. So clearly, for left back, anyway, contextually here, we're not talking a left winger, we're talking a left back. So I think that record is pretty good, actually, considering he's, defensive side of the game. And you picked up on something there. I just want to ask you a question. Do you think Chris Davies might lean towards the wing-back system then?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think looking at what we saw against
Paderborn... What does that do for Hansen then, though? Because left wing-back is technically sits in front of the defence, does the defensive work, but they are also responsible for the attacking side of the game.
Yeah, you're right, but the game ain't going to be played on the left-hand side of the pitch. So I think when Cochrane, if he's picked, goes forward, that gives Hansen more flexibility up front, so he could go more towards the centre. He could go up, because obviously the left-back and the left back and the left winger in Cochrane and Hansen, they could be bringing them, obviously passing up the pitch to create the crosses, but it will allow Hansen more of a licence to go more centrally if he needs to. Obviously, we know that Chris Davies wants to play the high press, so therefore if we win the ball high up, then that means that we will need more bodies in the box to actually score the goal. So I think having a fast left wing back allows more attacking prowess as well. So I think that'd be a really productive.
So we could almost have Laird as the right wing back as well. Then, so we'd have a pretty good wing. I think Laird and Cochrane in the wing backs would be pretty strong. To be fair, that'd be a pretty good wing back system. But again, it's all down to Chris Davies and what formation, because we don't know what consistently Chris Davies is going to play yet, do we?
Well, on that, I think we need to bring another. This is not about this video. We need another right back as well. Yeah, in my opinion, to give Laird some competition. I hope that's Cody Drama.
I think you saw that on my lips ending. Yeah, I'd love to see Cody Drama come back.
I'd love to see him come. I don't know how we stand with that, but that's the thing. I want to read out because I when I was doing my research on this player, obviously, you could easily go to the YouTube videos and just look at all of his good
Mm.
points. But I wanted to get some real opinions, so I went to some of the Hearts fan pages on Twitter, or X as it
Yeah.
is now, to get some of their comments on him. And this is what some of the Hearts fans said, who know him a lot better than we did. A great player for us. This is a Hearts fan. Where's he off to? Somebody commented on his Birmingham City mate. And then somebody said, astonishing that once again we're selling. This is Hearts. We're selling on the cheap. Aberdeen and Hibs seem to be able to get decent deals for their players, and for years now, we've seen our players go well under the market value. So they obviously don't want him to go, and they think we're getting him on a snip. Alex, best left back in the league. Cochrane is going to the 3rd division in England for less than $2 million. This is a Hearts fan. Good player, cracking attitude.
Yeah,
Really happy to hear that.
I picked up on a few comments about attitude.
Yeah. So sorry to see him go. Another one, gutted. I had a Cochrane first scorer bet every game with my lad last season, destined never to be. Absolutely fantastic footballer who has gone about his business in quite a professional manner. Good luck, Alex. And then someone says, where's he going? And then somebody says, as you always get, most overrated player I've ever seen. Okay, we're giving you out what was actually said here.
You got to remember, there's a balanced view to every football team and every fan base and every player. You know, what one person's Ronaldo is another person's Dele Adebola. You know, it doesn't.
Exactly. And then the comments are very much along that theme. You know, last year of his contract, so doubtful if we get more than $1 million for him. I think the figure I've heard that we have actually paid for him is round about that. But
between the $1 and $2 million mark,
I think it was round about $1 million.
Yeah.
But we'll find. You know, obviously that'll be
I've been hearing between $1 and $2 million, and again, from what I've been hearing, that's a steal.
Yeah. Just a few more to finish one. Cheers for ruining my weekend, mate. He's one of our best players. And you know, great pity. And it goes on, you know. They're basically, and that's not me handpicking like just good comments, because they're all along that theme. I think the Hearts fans are generally sad to see him go, and I think that's good news for us. And I think for all the attributes that we've just mentioned and how he can fit into our team, I think he's going to be a good signing for us.
Well, it's hard to translate Scottish football to English football, but people have been saying he's a mid to high level championship quality of player. So the fact that we've managed to convince him to come down to League One is a steal in and of itself. 1 million sounds like a bargain in today's current market, where prices are ridiculously overinflated. I think we got ourselves a bargain. And the fact he's good on the ball, can get crosses in the box, aggressive, I think, again, he plays right into Chris Davies' style of football. So, again, I think we've got ourselves another gem in this market, and I'm excited to see what he's got come the start of the season, depending on that Buchanan challenge and who starts as coming this season. But still, an exciting signing. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got.
Yeah, and I agree with everything you just said, and I think for me it gives us that, as we mentioned before, that strength in depth. So you've got competition, and obviously we're going to get injuries and suspensions as well, so we do need cover in those areas as well. So for me, I'm pleased that we've got him. I think he's a really good signing, and I'm looking forward to seeing him, in that position. So. What do you think, Birmingham City supporters? Are you happy with the signing of Alex Cochrane? Let us know in the comments below. He's another addition to our squad. You know, we know that we are going to be getting more players come through the door as well. But what's your overall thoughts so far on the quality of players that we've already signed? And also, you know, if you've got any comments about what you think we need, as I've already mentioned in this video, I've mentioned that I believe we need another right back, but there are other positions we will need to be filled as well. So let us know in the comments below what positions you think we still need to get extra reinforcements in. And of course, as always, if you did like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't checked us out on our social media channels already, go along to our X page and our Instagram page, and you'll see our handles appearing on the screen right now. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content all about Birmingham City. And myself and Matt will see you on the next video.